You know when you misplace your wallet and you can feel the blood going from your face? This girl started arguing her point with the security guard, completely ignoring me. In her hand is my wallet. This whole thing happened back in 2016, and in fact it happened when I bought this bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Alma BB. Really good bag. That's not what we're talking about here, but if you've been thinking of getting it, it's really good. Still looks new. I'd gone into Harrods, knew I wanted to get it, but wanted to have a closer look at it, you know, see it in the mirror, all of that kind of thing. So in Harrods you've got, I think from memory, 3 or 4 counters, and on the first 2 counters there's like a divider down the middle. So I was on the second one in, opposite Chanel. I was being served. It was really quite busy in there at the time, and there was a queue system to get in, and then once you got in there was people everywhere. For some reason, particularly in Louis Vuitton, the kind of people that I have witnessed shopping there get very passionate and quite aggressive about pushing and shoving and getting served first and just clambering over each other to get what they want and to get served. And it's something that I don't tend to notice so much in other concessions, but I always notice it in there. It's never a pleasant experience, and it's the same as well for the men's section in Harrods where the shoes are. I feel like it's understaffed, overpacked with people, and everyone's in a bit of a bad mood. They want to get what they want and they want to go. My coat was on top of the glass counter, and on top of that was my bag, and I'd taken my wallet, which was this wallet. I'd taken it out and it was down next to my bag. My husband was stood there, and I said to him, can you watch my stuff? Now subsequently it turned out he was like, yeah, I'll watch your stuff, and then he ended up on his phone and he was just doing his own thing and he wasn't watching my stuff at all. But I go up to the mirror, I'm like looking at the bag on myself, seeing if it looks good, trying it on. There's like a crossbody strap on it. I was then having a conversation with the sales lady just to talk about this you could get in different colours and different leathers. While all this was going on, there was a lady stood next to me. She was actually quite irritating to be stood next to, because it was like there was no one else there. It was like she was the only person getting served at the time. She was trying to look at the wallets that were underneath my coat that was on the counter. There was another lady down here. She was kind of like trying to look at stuff that was under there, and it's almost like, have some manners. If someone stood there, it's like I always get this at the supermarket, it doesn't matter what I'm looking at. If I'm looking at something on a shelf, I'll have someone behind me who wants to look at the same thing. And whenever I do that, whenever I see something and there's someone there already, I'm polite. I don't rush them, I let them do their thing, and then when they've gone, then I get in there. So she was doing that, and it was getting really uncomfortable. And she kept banging into me and then banging into this other lady, because she was literally like clumsily climbing over people. So she was kind of doing all of that. Anyway, by this point, I decided that I was going to get this bag. And the lady went off to wrap it for me. Then she came back, and I was going to go through the process of paying for it. Anyway, I looked down on the counter. My coat's there. My bag is there. My wallet, I cannot find it anywhere. You know that feeling, for any of you who've had it, you know when you misplace your wallet and you can feel the blood going from your face? You're thinking, my God, everything's in that. My driving license, loyalty cards, a whole bunch of bank cards that I can't even remember what they are, and if I had to go and cancel them and reorder them, I can hardly remember everything that I had in there. There was all of this going through my head. I was thinking maybe I didn't take it out of my bag. I was emptying my bag out. I was absolutely frantic. We called over security. We were checking everywhere, pockets and everything. By this point, security were talking about looking on the security cameras, because I really remembered taking the wallet out and putting it down next to my bag. So security go off to check the CCTV and to see what's gone on, to see if I actually did take it out of my bag, or if I put it there, or if something's happened to it, I've dropped it or something like that. They come back a few minutes later and they point to the lady that has been stood next to me. In her hand is my wallet, and she's showing it to her friend, and what I guess was her boyfriend or her brother or a male friend. She's showing my wallet to her friend. Security walk up. I was absolutely fuming by this point. I couldn't believe the brashness of it. I thought, you've taken someone's wallet and you've gone up in the middle of the shop and you've walked away with what's not yours and you're showing your friends. Security walk up to her and she actually started having a go at the security guy. This girl started arguing her point with the security guard, completely ignoring me. I walk back over to her and take it off her, and I'm saying to her, why have you taken my wallet? It turns out she liked the style of it and took it over to her friend to say, do you think I should get one of these? I was beyond angry because we had all wasted our time looking for a wallet that she'd walked off with. Security had been looking on CCTV. I nearly had a heart attack thinking that I'd lost everything that I had on me. I was stunned by how she didn't think that was wrong. She didn't think, she was like, and who cares? Who cares? I took it. Like, she didn't think there was anything wrong with it, to the point where she actually argued it with those around her. For any of you who've had that, where you've misplaced or lost your wallet, when you eventually find it, that come down of shock, and like, I was looking through it to see if anything had gone missing from it, and just checking, like looking through my bag by this point, because I'm like, oh, what if something else has been taken from my bag to go and show her friends? You know, all of this stuff starts going through your mind. I've never ever known it was the most weird situation. It was the weirdest thing to do. I just don't understand why you do that and why you think that that is acceptable. But also to not even apologise at the end of it. She was talking to those around her like we were being over the top. From that point onwards, I am so aware of everything that I've got that's around me, particularly in those luxury boutique and concession places. I can speak of one in particular where when you're a customer, they encourage you to not worry about the security of your stuff. There's one place in particular that I love and I'm a big customer on, so I don't want to say this about them, and nothing's ever happened in there, but whenever I shop in there, they're like, sure, like, leave your handbag there, leave your coat there, don't worry, like, come around the corner and look at whatever we've got. And I'm so glad in some ways that I had that horrible experience, because it's made me ultra aware that even in these places where you think they've got security guards everywhere and you think your stuff's safe, it isn't. You don't know what's going on around you. You don't know what's happening. Even if the staff in the shop are saying to you not to worry about it, just don't let your guard down.